I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points. I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this sauce.
My attitude, but
yeah, the winning definitely helps with that. What's up? What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you all. Hope you all had a nice Wednesday. As far as the picks I posted on the website, I swept the board. Tongue in cheek, I posted one bet.
I'm the only person up here that lost a bet today, and I still made a bunch of money.
Trevor, TV Jones actually swept the board. Mine was 1-0. His was, I believe, 6-0. So it's TV Jones with a sweep. On,
well, if I bet everything from last night's show, there were 3 I got wrong, and 2 of them were at the end of the night. Like it was the over in the Rangers game and whatever. Oh, the under in the White Sox game. Otherwise, everything hit. I was like, damn, should have just played the whole board.
It was
and I suck. I went 5-2, so it's terrible.
It was a TV Jones that someone said, thanks to y'all info, I'm up 51 grand today.
Hell yeah.
All right. Rock on. All right. So this will be quick as hell. Only 5 games on the board. And the reason for that is came back from All-Star break and then no teams had off on Monday. Every single team in the league had back-to-back 3-game series. Usually teams will have off on Monday and then the alternating teams will have off on the Thursday. Nobody had off on Monday. So a lot of teams have off on Thursday. The teams that are playing have played 6 consecutive days without a day off. So bullpen usage, well, I should say bullpen usage should be a factor here, but it's not really. A couple Pens are a little overworked. Toronto's a little overworked, but it's really not that bad. We'll get to it. First game up is Baltimore on the road at Cleveland. Well, Kevin Hicks, appreciate the super chat, man. And with the dancing, you are amazing GIF, just really puts the icing on the cake there. Appreciate the support. Baltimore on the road in Cleveland. Believeland, man. This team just doesn't lose baseball games. This is a little tough. Because obviously part of me is like, this price is a little low for Cleveland. I can get a -116. And then the other part of my brain's like, Kyle, you've been saying the price is too low on Cleveland for 2 weeks. So what is stopping you right now? I haven't placed it yet. Clase has gone back-to-back nights, and he's in the discussions of someone that's possibly getting traded. So I don't know. Usually, if you're familiar with Cleveland Guardians baseball, they don't give a shit. They will put Clase out there 7 straight days. They don't care. They don't do load management. I've seen them put Clase out there 5 straight days. That's not a joke. Last season, he was out there 4 straight days. I faded him and said, no way Clase pitches in this game. He went out. Me and Toast were like flipping out. If you probably remember if you were watching last
I know exactly what you're at.
So, yeah, I would lean towards Cleveland. Just want to specify something real quick. Quick PR moment. So I am saying Believeland. Believeland. I'm not affiliated with this, nor do I condone the behavior that's associated with it. So I'm saying Believeland, not. It was a funny call. TV Jones, what are your thoughts on Believeland?
Yeah, Believeland. Welcome to the blood set. Oh God, the internet is undefeated. It's the best. Yeah, I mean, I know we've been hitting with Cleveland. It's been real nice. They kind of got lucky tonight. I mean, they won 3-2. They had that amazing Houdini act. Like, was that the 2nd or 3rd inning? Guys on 2nd and 3rd, no outs. Neither of those guys scored. They threw them out at home, and then they caught him stealing. So, I mean, like, this key easily went the other way. And Clase going 2 of the last 2 nights. And if he's going to get traded, I don't think they're going to overwork him and risk anything going 3 nights in a row. Charlie Morton's been solid. Logan Allen is, he's given up runs. Charlie Morton's figured it out. Baltimore has started to hit lefties a little bit here too, and Logan Allen has been giving up runs. I kind of like Baltimore here. They're going to be neither offense has been great tonight, but I think Baltimore is going to be up and ready tomorrow. They're not going to get swept. I think they're going to try to salvage something. And Charlie Morton's been better than Logan Allen has, and I think Baltimore is going to get to him, and Charlie Morton's going to have a decent game here. So I like Baltimore on the money line tomorrow.
I can't say I disagree that I think the Orioles are going to score on Logan Allen, because I agree with that. And I agree with a lot of what you said. It's just the minus 102 is where I can't. There's no, like, when I place a bet, I like to think, okay, what should the price be? And in order to bet the Orioles at minus 102, I would have to say, I think the price should be a pick. It's hard for me to not say the values on Cleveland at this number. I haven't placed it yet, though. Toast.
Yeah, I would say if I had to pick a side, I'd only be Cleveland, but you can put the over up for me, over 9 personally. I think that's probably the better bet in my opinion. I'm not going to bet it because there's a lot of things that could go either way here, but starting with Baltimore, like Trevor mentioned, they are starting to hit lefties somewhat better. I mean, I know that David Peterson pitched well against them, but they got 3 off of Corbin, then 5 off of Corbin, 3 off of Max Fried, Kikuchi, Tyler Anderson for 6. Skubal pitched a gem against them, so be it. But and Jacob Lopez did as well. That back when he had his 2 or 3 good starts, and then they got to JP Sears as well. So, and it's not like Logan Allen is just like mowing people down. I mean, he's consistently going out and giving you his average of 2 or 3 runs a night, and including his last outing at home where he gave up he had 9 base runners and 5 2/3 or 5 1/3, excuse me, and gave up 3 runs. So I'm especially with the weather, it being going to be 85 90 degrees or whatever it is. Yeah,
beautiful run scoring weather.
90 degrees with the wind blowing out to right field. And then on the other side, as far as Charlie Morton is concerned, not like a fade of him. Obviously, I think if you've been paying attention at all to baseball, that you know that he's actually been pitching pretty well, especially on the road. I mean, besides his last start on the road, but again, that was in a AAA ballpark, so take that for what you want. But I also think that we have to recognize that Cleveland has started to hit righties and just their offense in general since that Houston series, and now consistently not good righties. I mean, nobody on that list that you look at is very good, but they're actually consistently putting up numbers, and no one's going super deep into games against them as well. So I personally see runs here today, but it wouldn't surprise me being this kind of weird getaway not day for these teams that maybe they come out sleepy, but so it would be over, but I'm not going to bet it.
It's hard to argue with the over as well. For those of you that didn't look at Ballpark Pal yet, here it is. Cleveland's 1 on the board, 20 plus 20% home run index, plus 14% run index, and Cleveland is not a ballpark you usually see at the top. Cleveland's usually on the pitcher's side, so very nice day for scoring runs in Cleveland. I
would like to see if somebody in the comments can get like the day games in Cleveland over unders, if it's heavy to the under, like every other thing in their building.
Toronto, Detroit, interesting spot here. By the way, there were no picks for the voice chat in that one. It's blank, so no one had anything there. Toronto at Detroit, interesting, because on one hand, the Detroit Tigers are in a free fall to the end. Do you know that the Guardians are only 8 games out of first place?
I know, love it. That 25-1 ticket value.
Now, the good news for Detroit is Kerry Carpenter is on the horizon of coming back. He played in a minor league game, but it just ended. So very seriously doubt he's going to be on a flight to Detroit and make it and play in this game. So probably no Kerry Carpenter in this one. I think we're going to see him in this series. So hopefully Kerry Carpenter gives some spark back in the lineup. The Lord knows they need it. This team cannot score runs. What are they, 1-9 in their last 10 games? They're terrible right now. Awful. And they're up against a Toronto team that's probably the hottest team in baseball, not named Cleveland, right? I mean, Toronto's been hotter for way longer than Cleveland. Toronto's probably got the best record in baseball over the last month. Here's the thing. If there was ever an emotional letdown spot, I mean, Toronto coming off a 3-game series in front of their home fans against the Yankees, not just the most important series of the year, that might have been the most important Toronto Blue Jays series in 3 or 4 years. That place was electric. They just took 2 out of 3, picked up a game lead in the division. The place was going crazy. Then you immediately hop on a flight to Detroit. Not that it's a crazy flight, but just kind of an emotional letdown spot here. I kind of want to bet the Tigers. I mean, I don't know how you do it. at this number, but this is the side I want to be on. I only have one bet, guys, and it's the last game. So I kind of want to bet the Tigers, but there's no way I can look you in the face and tell you that I think the Tigers are a good bet at minus 135. I'd be lying to you, but I want to bet the Tigers. I think they win. Toast.
I would. You can put Toronto up for me because I wouldn't bet. I said it the last couple of days. I'm going to continue to say it. I don't think you can lay juice with this Tigers team in these 130s, high 120s. I think if you're getting minus 110 to minus 120, then maybe you can start talking about it. But and that's in general. That's not even against left-handed pitching, who they're not doing diddly poo against for now a while now. So I know that their full season numbers look really, really good versus left-handed pitching, but over the last 30 days or more, they really haven't done anything, and they really haven't done anything at home either. So it's just really hard for me to fade the Blue Jays, even in a spot like this, where I 100% agree with Kyle with a huge sweep of the Giants, then taking 2 out of 3 of the Yankees, and now having to travel and get on the board after, and Detroit just kind of got embarrassed in Pittsburgh as well. And Eric Lauer has been very solid for them. I mean, starts against San Francisco, the Angels, the White Sox, Boston, Cleveland. I mean, his worst start is 4 1/3, 3 runs. So it would be under or pass. Or Toronto, either way, it's a huge pass for me. I think there's a reason that they're probably 135. I think the books probably think that Detroit wins, but there's no chance in hell I can pay that number. No way.
Every single comment is telling me I'm an idiot for not betting the Blue Jays.
See, and that's why I want to bet Toronto. Detroit.
Yeah. Trev?
Yeah, I'm joining you on the idiot train. Detroit money line. I mean, you just have Toronto at home.
Your boys?
Trev, I thought you were like the resident Blue Jays fan. I thought you gave like a whole speech about it.
I'm the Blue Jays whisperer. I'm not a fan. I'm the whisperer.
Now
I know.
Whisperer. Now he's the Blue Jays whisperer. Okay, go on.
You're just at home. You took the season series against Yankees. You got the big win. Their higher leverage arms like Hoffman and whatnot didn't go tonight, but regardless, everyone in the world is going to be on Toronto tomorrow at plus money here. I get it. As a guy who's been betting the hottest team in baseball, Brewers 18-5 last 30 days, always catching plus money. Yes, it feels like you probably should just keep riding Toronto, but I think Detroit, you just got embarrassed, to say the least, just getting swept at Pittsburgh. You've played like dog shit the last week, 2 weeks. You're finally returning home. You're laying juice. Toronto coming off of that big series. Now you're going to travel. I wouldn't be surprised if some guys are sitting out. I believe Kirk's out tomorrow. The Tigers not hitting lefties lately. 1 earned, 0, 1, 2, 1, 0. The last like 7 or whatever against lefties. So they haven't been sharp, but I think this is just a letdown spot for Toronto personally. I think they're going to be sitting some guys. The higher leverage arms are going to be available. That's going to be good for them. But I think Detroit comes here. They need to win a game. They're starting to free fall and spiral. And I think they need to a game against Toronto, another AL top dog. I think this is a good test for them to kind of get back on track and get an ugly win. So I like Detroit and I like the under in this one.
Got a super chat in from Ruta Fitness, says hit a plus 22,000 parlay tonight. Once again, thanks for all you guys do. Well, appreciate the super chat and glad you hit. For the love of God, yeah. Do not place plus 22. Do not place plus 22,000 parlays. Please don't do that. But that's awesome that you hit it, and I appreciate the support. Next up, Padres Cardinals in St. Louis. I was really close to pulling the trigger on a Padres plus 118 here. Yu Darvish looked pretty solid his last time out. The Cardinals bats have not been impressing anyone. You got a Cardinals lineup just coming out of Coors Field without a day off, coming out of the elevation, flying back home. I think plus 118 is a little too juicy for the Padres. I probably would have this one more minus 125, plus 105 range. So the Padres at plus 118, I was considering pulling the trigger on. The reason I didn't is, it's tough for me to sit here and make a case for the Padres scoring runs on Sonny Gray, who's been great this year, who's been more reliable at home in St. Louis for multiple years now. So in order for me to cash my Padres plus 118 bet, I'm going to need San Diego to score at least a couple runs off Sonny Gray, and I don't know if that's something I want to wager on. I think the price is off. I think San Diego is the better team, and I think Yu Darvish, although his numbers on the season look bad, I think he's a guy that has a high upside. So I think the price is off, and it's too heavily slated towards St. Louis, but couldn't pull the trigger on it. Padres plus 118 I'm looking at, though. What do you think, Toast?
Yeah, you said it. I'll be on the Padres here. Back in my squad 2 days in a row kind of feels kind of weird, but obviously lost today. But I agree with you. It's just mispriced. And Trevor kind of just said it in the previous game. We've seen it now with a few teams where they're just consistently mispriced. And the Blue Jays have been one of them where you've been getting good prices with them. Milwaukee's another one. Cleveland's another one. But I just wanted to say that was a really good point by Trevor, I guess. But regardless, I do think that this Padres team is mispriced here. I 100% agree with you. So yes, they really haven't looked great offensively in general. They've actually been one of the worst teams in baseball over the last couple months. But I will say that they also, not that, and Sonny Gray's a good pitcher as well, but they also have seen some pretty decent right-handed starters over the last month. Cabrera, Yuri Perez is finally starting to get things going. Mike Soroka has been pretty damn good. Zach Wheeler, Brandon Pfaadt is finally starting to turn things around after another decent start today. Congratulations, Brandon. Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Jack Leiter. I mean, so it's just one of those things where I agree with you that Sonny Gray is a lot better and it's hard to think they're going to score, but I also think that we're getting this price because of perceived with Darvish, and I think that he's only going to continue to get better. You've seen each of his starts, his innings go up a little bit, 3 2/3 and 4, and then he finished 5. I thought he actually looked pretty decent in Washington, especially for that situation. He has the full bullpen behind him. All the main arms didn't go today. I bet the Padres at plus 118 as well.
Someone said
I did.
Someone said, why are the Cards favored after getting whooped by the Rockies? I want to be clear. I don't think the Padres should be favored. I'm saying I think the price is off by like 12 to 15 cents.
I was going to say at worst it's a pick.
Yeah. Oh, no, I wouldn't even go that far. I think the Cardinals should be favored. I would say minus 125 plus 105 is probably where I have it. So I guess with that math, the Padres plus 118 should be a bet. TV Jones?
Yeah. I want to bet the Cardinals, but I don't want to pay this price with Gray in this lineup. Yu Darvish, he's not been great, but his last 3 starts, I mean, he's due to regress a little bit. I mean, like 390 FIP, 504 xFIP, but his expected ERA is almost 2 points higher than what it is. I think he's just kind of figuring it back out. He has been out. Now he's coming in, and I think this is a good spot for him to potentially get going, but I don't trust the Padres bats really. Sonny Gray is really good. I'm pretty sure he just got blasted last game too. So
he did.
Yeah, okay, so I am right. I think coming back home, I think this is a good spot for him to deal. I kind of like the under 8.5, and I like the Cardinals money line. If this gets down to like somewhere around like 120-ish, somewhere around there, I might fire on the Cardinals, but I like the under more. I know it's going to be like 92, 95 degrees tomorrow, but I think Yu Darvish this is a good spot for him to kind of get back going against this Cardinals lineup. And then I think Sonny Gray, this is a good spot for him to figure it out too, kind of like Cease and Alcantara today. It was a 3-2 game. This kind of feels something similar to that a little bit. So I like the under and I like the Cardinals money line, but I'm not paying near 140 to bet the Cardinals, especially coming out of Coors.
I can't disagree with the under. I think the under is going to be a pretty popular pick here. Not that should necessarily scare you off or anything. I believe the 8.5s are mostly gone. Let me click and look. And my thing's not loading right now. But I believe the 8.5s, I believe it's mostly 8 now, Toast, right?
Yeah, I see 8.
Yeah, so it's mostly 8. I know a couple people in the Discord are on that 8.5 with you. But I think if you want to take an 8.5 now, you're going to have to pay like minus 125 for it for the most part. But it's hard to argue with an under, like where the run's coming from. I can't say I don't get it. Oh, whoops. All right,
but it does suck that you're taking an under in a game where it's going to be 95 degrees, feel like 100. Wind's kind of blowing out to leftish, like 5. It's nothing serious for wind, but it's 100 degrees out. Like the ball should carry and fly.
Next up is A's on the road in Houston. Why are we not betting the Astros at minus 125, Toast?
You guys can go first. I want to bet the A's.
I have mixed thoughts about this game. Well, first of all, I don't know if I should be the one to speak on this game because I don't know who Jason Alexander is. I know who Luis Severino is though, and Luis.
Okay, but then let's just start there then, because he had 3 bad starts on the road in Detroit, on the road in Yankee Stadium, at home versus San Francisco. Throw out all of his home starts, in my opinion. But besides that, I mean, it's not like he's been terrible. I mean, his last 2 starts against Toronto, that's a pretty decent team. 9 base runners at home, but only 1 run in 4 2/3. I mean, he gave up 5 to Cleveland just, a few days ago. And Cleveland, like we've been talked about, is one of the hotter teams in Major League Baseball right now. It's just one of those situations where, for me, it's like another one where you have the Astros coming off a huge sweep. They went up to Seattle, then they had to come into Arizona. Now they're coming home after that situation with the All-Star break and no days off. Like, Houston got very lucky today with that 3rd strike call. That doesn't mean that they would have not won the game or anything, but that would have brought Corbin Carroll to the plate with 2 men on and 2 out. But regardless, I just do think that the Astros are running a little bit lucky right now. And I also think that they ran into an Arizona team that just can't get out of their own way. So I do think that the A's are very capable of scoring. This Jason Alexander kid's a AAA arm. I mean, he's only up here because of guys like McCullers and stuff can't start. Hasn't really had any success in Major League Baseball at all. Only 15 innings, but it's only his 2nd career start, but his whip's almost 2. His ERA is almost 8.5. I think this is a sneaky spot to play Oakland. I think that a lot of people are going to see Houston at a cheap price and take it. I got Oakland at plus 115, I think.
Yeah, well, plus 115. All right. Maybe a little bit better, but still, I think that's a bad bet. TV Jones?
You should bet Houston.
I want to.
Yeah, I really want to bet Houston too.
You both should.
I might. I just might. Their offense isn't lighting the world on fire right now, but those plug and play pieces again, they're serviceable. They're getting it done. The A's bullpen, nothing great. Severino, yeah, he started the year great, but he's kind of starting to get hit up a little bit more on the road. Houston, not a serious travel spot. I mean, you're just going from Arizona back home, so I mean, it's a short travel spot. The A's, they kind of can't get out of their own way too, somewhat defensively.
Agreed.
Like they have some issues going on too.
That was ridiculous today.
I couldn't believe that.
I mean, I was on the Rangers, so it made me win my bet, but that was ridiculous.
Catch that ball, and who knows how that game ends, but. It would be Houston or nothing. I know Jason Alexander. I think that's why we're getting a cheap price with Houston because of his numbers. I mean, he already did play for the A's this year too. Like he got traded or picked up or whatever by Houston.
Yeah, he pitched against Houston, or he pitched against Oakland already this year. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs.
Yeah, he did at them. So I mean, like this guy's just he's got his fingerprints all over this game with both teams here. But Athletics going to see him again. They got him the first time. I think he'll figure it out a little bit more. I just like Houston. I mean, this game's gross, but I think we're getting a nice price due to Jason Alexander being on the bump for Houston here. Severino's, he started the year great. Like, trust him on the road, not at home, but it's kind of starting to level out. You just can't really trust him too much.
Yeah, I switched my pick from the Astros to an over. This game just stinks on a few different levels. I don't know how you could take the A's at plus 105 on the road in Houston. I mean, they're not a good baseball team. They're one of the least profitable teams on the year. They're not good. They're one of the worst teams in the AL. Severino, you want to back Severino, Toast? Let me show you Severino. Let's do a deep dive on Severino. Let's look at this guy's game logs. Here they are. This man has checked out. Came right out and said he doesn't even want to be on the team, which I applaud his honesty. I wish more professional athletes were honest.
He wouldn't have pitched well in Cleveland, but go ahead.
All right, so one start where, by the way, he still gave up 2 runs and only went 5 innings.
Yeah. I care about the road starts, so let's just go through those. Because you only have two. You only have 2 gotchas, and I've got 4 or 5. So go ahead.
You're going all the way back to early June before he checked out.
So what are we talking about then? We're
talking about since he's checked out mentally.
Okay, what date was that?
I didn't put it in my Palm Pilot. I would say around mid-June.
Is that a Palm Pilot? Hell yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is. I'd say about mid-June.
Right.
This man came out and said publicly he doesn't even like the team he's on.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
I don't think that you
But
do.
if everybody, since everybody likes to talk about trades, wouldn't we say he's got one start, he's going to want to start again and look really good so he could possibly get traded and get the hell out of there? Isn't that what we're doing nowadays?
You could argue that, but who the hell wants him? The White Sox?
Whoa, I don't. I mean, he was an important piece.
Still Trevor.
I believe he pitched a great game against the Brewers to eliminate you from the playoffs, Trevor.
Oh, Pete Alonso in the ninth. Yeah, Pat Murphy leaving in Devin Williams and too much faith in him. That's his problem. Is he leaves the
Trevor goes.
You left him in way too
So
much.
now it's Pat Williams' fault for using
Or Pat
Devin
Murphy.
Williams.
Trevor goes, who wants him? To the guy who literally eliminated you from the playoffs. 10
Hey, a
months
blind
ago.
squirrel finds another.
That was almost as good as, the
Bears.
Bears aren't good. The NFC West is pretty good.
The
Bears.
The NFC North is loaded.
That
Bears?
was sarcasm, damn
No,
it.
it wasn't, dude.
That's why I said them first, because they're a
That was
joke.
one of my favorite moments of the last month.
Our division's loaded, bro. Bears. Hold up. You went with the Bears? Now for my bet. The only bet I actually have placed. What am I
You're
on,
not.
Toast?
I hope you're on the Seattle with me.
Of course.
I know. Okay. Well, I was just going to say the Angels get a lot of love in our group, and I know you're in. I wasn't in the Boy Scout.
All right, so I'm on the Mariners. Got them at plus 102. A couple things go into this. The Angels are a team I have penciled in as the opposite of the Cleveland Guardians for me. What did I say? What have I been saying the last couple weeks for the Guardians? This team had a historically bad start. They're being priced like they're a bad baseball team, and they're not. They had one of the best records I think they had the best record in the AL last year. Relatively similar team. So Cleveland was getting priced like a bad team. So I've been repeatedly betting Cleveland, saying that they're going to start winning games in the second half. The Angels, I have penciled in as the opposite of that. Entering the season, this team was projected to be one of the worst in the AL. Now, the shit happened with Ron Washington, and they had an interim manager, and they got crazy hot, and they were scoring a bunch of runs. It was awesome. I think that little hot streak has kind of made us forget that this is not a good baseball team. I know that only 6 games separate the Mariners and the Angels in the standings. The Mariners are a lot better than 6 games better than the Angels.
And haven't had most of their starting pitching.
Right. And with all the injuries the Mariners have had, Kirby and Logan Gilbert, they haven't even had their rotation.
Bryce Miller.
Right. So the Angels, I just think they went on a crazy hot offensive streak, and the Mariners have had some bad injury luck. I think I'm getting the significantly better baseball team at plus 102 here. And not to mention, the Angels just flew across the country. They were in Queens just before, just a few hours ago. They were in Queens. It's like 3,200 miles without a day off. So the Angels also have to fly across the country. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle closes as favorites here. Probably closes around a pick, though. I got Seattle plus 102. The only bet I have placed at the moment.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. You can copy and paste everything that he said for me as well. I just wanted to point out, I don't mind playing Angels team totals, but and sometimes it's fun if you're getting in the Angels at a huge plus price, but they're still like a 5-6 baseball team their last 11, 9-12 their last 21. 15-16 their last 30. So it's not like they're winning like a whole bunch of games and they're just like money hogs. Their team totals can hit sometimes because you get nice 3.5s and stuff. But I just don't know why we're getting Seattle at such a cheap price. I also think that the travel situation, like Sauce said, is a huge thing as well. So not to mention the fact that Seattle has continued to play really good baseball against pretty damn good teams. So they got done playing the Yankees, Detroit, Houston, Milwaukee, and now they face the A's. Like, you could argue this is like the worst team that they've played in like a month. So I think they put a little bit of a gap between them and the Angels in this series. So I know that Logan Evans hasn't been fantastic on the road, but at Arizona, at Yankee Stadium, so be it. If the Angels get to him, they get to him. But I know there was a bad one against the White Sox as well, but I don't put too much stock into that. I think the kid's going to continue to get better, but yeah, I bet the Mariners as well.
TV Jones.
Yep, fire up the Mariners for me too.
Let's go, TV Jones.
Basically everything you said. I mean, the Angels traveling across country, they've started his skid offensively. And Seattle, yeah, their offense didn't look amazing this series against the Brewers or anything, but it's still a good offense. Kikuchi's really good at home. I'll give him that. He's been at home. It's not like he's on this flight tonight with the team. So it's not like he's going to be tired, but I like the first 5 under in this game too. I think Logan Evans will be fine against the Angels here, who are starting to skid and they're flying across the country. And then Seattle's offense hasn't been great. Kikuchi's been really good at home. And the thing with what's his nuts, Logan Evans, he struggles more against lefties. So, and there's Nolan Shanoel and Moncada, switch hitter, and Rengifo, switch hitter. Other than that, it's all righties for the Angels. So they're going to get sluggish. You're going to get loaded with the righties where he does better against. It's going to be hot out there tomorrow too. So, I mean, if they score a ton of runs, I wouldn't be surprised. Or both teams score runs, I wouldn't be surprised. But I still think the under first 5 is going to be fine. I think Evans will be good. I think Kikuchi will be fine. And then it's the bullpen for the Angels that you really got to worry about blowing this game. So I got plus 110 with Seattle. Shout out to Guadalajara here. But, I'll probably end up firing on like the first 5 under, potentially 4.5. It was juiced 4.5 over, like minus 125 on DraftKings. So I'm hoping that bad boy pops up to like a 5 or something. And then I'll be able to bet the first 5 under with that. But don't really like the over. I think if you hit the over, it's because the Angels bullpen just implodes and does what they do best and blow games.
TV Jones, do you want to respond to these allegations on Twitter that, in all seriousness, the Wednesday night video indicates to me that TV Jones, a.k.a. Big Milwaukee, has not been wearing sunscreen? Is that true?
This is 100% true. I do not wear sunscreen. That first nice day of the year, I like to get out there, tank top, out in the sun, have a couple of brewskis, and just get cooked by the sun. Put up a nice base layer for the year, and then it looks great. So no sunscreen ever has touched my body since I was in like 3rd grade.
If you want to ask questions to TV Jones, just tweet #TV Jones, and I'll read them on the show. I almost guarantee people will do that. I almost guarantee.
I have a couple.
So Toast is gonna tweet out #TV.
Oh, I've got some questions here. I'll be sure
For yourself?
No, you. I was just saying I've got some questions.
All right, everyone. Thanks. Someone asked about the college football previews. I'll show you one of the teams real quick if you want to stick around. But yeah, Toast, TV Jones, have a good night. See you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, Toast. Spoon is here with us tomorrow. Wait, no. Tomorrow's Thursday. No, I'll see you tomorrow too, Trevor.
Okay,
I didn't want to interrupt the show. My stopwatch never started. So when you end the stream, I'll go back and do it and then send you an email.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.
All right, so someone asked about college football. I mean, obviously, the video is going to be like hours long, and I mean hour. Like, it's going to be insane. But I'll just show you kind of what we're doing real quick. Where's the team we just did? What's the team I just did? We just finished the MAC. So let's pull up a MAC team, and I'll show you what me and Scoop are doing for those of you that are interested. So Eastern Michigan, I bet Eastern Michigan over 4.5 wins. So let's do that one because this is one I actually bet. All right. So obviously I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but if you're just curious of how I'm doing it. So basic returning production on the top. But honestly, the more I get into college football, the more I don't trust any of those returning production numbers. I used to read them off and use them in graphics, but those numbers are made early on. So a lot of times it's like with the transfer portal, that almost means nothing. So we're just doing depth. This is so hard in college football. Depth chart, turnover, and tracking injuries. I put injuries in red. Just trying to get an idea of who's going to be on the field. And a big thing in college football is FBS experience. Especially in a conference like the MAC, a lot of the transfers are coming from the FCS, and they have starting experience, but maybe not FBS starting experience. So if someone's transferring in from the FBS, I'm going to want to see all conference or something. Like this guy, Spencer Webb, started 5 games last year in the FCS as a freshman. It's kind of unproven. I like this team personally because their schedule, it's actually not because of their schedule. Their schedule is actually a little tougher. I just pulled this up. I wasn't prepared to talk about it. So the reason I like Eastern Michigan is because I think they're dramatically undervalued based on the injuries they had last year. They only had 1 offensive lineman that started the entire season. this guy, Rolowinski, and he's back. And they got 4 starters back on the offensive line. You don't really know that because they were so injured, but they do have 4 starters back on the offensive line. They lost their quarterback, Cole Snyder, but I think they upgraded with Noah Kim, who people have mixed feelings about Noah Kim. He's originally a Michigan State recruit. So I actually think Noah Kim could be better than what they got out of Cole Snyder last year. If Porter Rooks is healthy, he should be wide receiver 1. But in addition to him, they got Terry Lockett Jr. was 3rd-team all-conference back. So they got an all-conference wide receiver back. And Porter Rooks Jr., he was supposed to be their guy last year. He missed the entire season. So these 2 guys, Singleton and Terry Lockett, they're 2 receivers. It was supposed to be Porter Rooks. He missed the year. So I've heard he's hobbled up in the spring. But if he's ready to play, they've got him, Terry Lockett. They'll be set at wide receiver. They're set at running back. This kid Dunlop's probably going to be getting the carries. And then on the defensive side, what do I like about the defense? I haven't looked. We recorded this the other day. Oh, I love the linebackers. So Mauchin's back. If you look at it at a quick glance, it looked like they lost a ton of production. But when you actually take a deeper look, it's not that bad. Mauchin was supposed to be one of their main linebackers last year. He missed 9 games. He got injured 3 weeks in. So it kind of goes to the overall theme of this Eastern Michigan team wasn't nearly as bad as their record indicated. Their whole freaking team got hurt. So he's back. Caden Bailey comes in. He was supposed to be a starting linebacker at Syracuse. So this is an ACC kid coming into the MAC that was supposed to be an ACC starter. He missed all of last season with an injury. So another guy that was kind of forgotten about. This could be really good linebacking crew right here. On the defensive line, they bring back Donovan Green. Terrell Martin saw some snaps last year. A little bit thin. But in the safety, they bring back a few pieces. Barry Manning, another guy who was kind of forgot about because he missed 5 games. He was still top 10 on the team in tackles. So that's what we're doing. Basically, roster turnover and then analyzing the schedule. And if you look, so the head coach at Eastern Michigan is Creighton, right? He's been there for freaking ever. I'll show you. Chris Creighton, he's been there forever. It's like his 11th season. But these guys, the OC and the DC, Piatkowski and Needham, this is year 3 with them. So this is year 3 coming up of this era of Eastern Michigan football. And despite all those injuries, right? We just went through it. They were crushed with injuries last year. They still improved on both sides of the ball. They went from 130th in OFEI offensively to 111th, 120th to 106th. So despite being crushed with injuries, they still got better last year. So their win total was only 4.5. I took it. But yeah, that gives you an idea of what we're doing with these teams. So basically that kind of breakdown, we're going 136 of them. So it's a lot of work. It's late July. We're watching a bearded man in a Sacktown Kings hat talk Eastern Michigan pigskin. Check it out. Someone asked, man. Thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, betting league, give me about 20-25 minutes. I'll have it up. That video that we're doing, the college, give me about mid-August. It'll be out. It's going to be like 14 hours long with timestamps. So you're just going to click on the timestamp and go to the team you want. We go through every single FBS team. It's a lot. It's been a lot of fun making them. So, all right, cool. Everyone, see you all tomorrow. Hit me up if you need me.